Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're talking Coach Khabib Nurmagomedov. His recent comments on his coaching career. We're going to get into those comments, add our own comments, obviously. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Coach Khabib Nurmagomedov became I think at this point, iconic coach that reached the highest of highs in the shortest amount of time. The guy is still in his mid-30s. He just retired less than, let's say, 4 years ago. And already made himself a tremendous success in the world of coaching. And we talked about it before. We said that Khabib Nurmagomedov is single-handedly the most influential character in the world of mixed martial arts currently, and there are great reasons and proof for that. All that being said, Coach Khabib Nurmagomedov has made some comments in regards to his coaching career recently. It seems like that Coach Khabib isn't too satisfied with the stress that comes with coaching. You have to feel for the guy, because when you're coaching family members or people close to family members that you truly care about, it makes it that much more difficult. It probably takes a toll on you as well. Stressful, I would imagine. How do you find the right balance of understanding the game in terms of understanding the possibilities of outcomes, adding all the fact that you're watching family members basically fight, and on top of that, stay emotionally centered. Yes, it's possible, but even if someone's quiet and seems from the outside that not really being bothered much, it still, I would imagine, can take a huge toll on your health eventually, with, rising cortisol, stressing, just putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. Really, I mean, being from sitting in the outside is not like being inside of the fight where you can actually do something about it. So I feel like Khabib kind of sometimes, when he's watching Umar or Usman or Islam fight, it feels like he has his hands tied, because those are the people that he grew up with, and he wants to go in there and help, but he can't because it's their fight. But ultimately, these guys are fantastic. They're doing what they should be doing, and they're making Coach Khabib very proud. But nonetheless, this is very stressful. Now, I question, is the stress ultimately worth the coaching career? I think ultimately that's a decision that Coach Khabib has to make. But as long as anybody who's related to him or he knows is fighting, he's going to be tuned in regardless. As long as Usman and Umar and Khabib are fighting, or anybody else that's it's associated with that camp, whether it's I would even venture out to say Bilal or whoever comes next, really, from that camp or close to that camp, Khabib will most certainly be tuned in. But perhaps his coaching career will probably end whenever the three names that I mentioned initially are finished with their careers. Whether we're talking about Umar Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, and Usman Nurmagomedov, who's a Bellator champion, lightweight Bellator champion currently, who I think is a future lightweight champion in the UFC. I think when these guys are done, then Coach Khabib is going to call it a wrap as a cornerman at least, unless somebody else pops out of that camp who's a true potential champion. But as of now, we have 2 champions, 1 Bellator, 1 UFC, and another one a potential UFC champion. So as long as these guys are still fighting, I think we'll see Coach Khabib in their corner. I don't know if there's anybody else popping out of that camp, but ultimately Khabib has to ask himself, is the stress worth the reward, or is the reward worth the stress? Ultimately, as human beings, our energy is finite. Our focus is finite, no matter how much we try to say otherwise. So, is the stress worth it at the end of the day for Coach Khabib? Well, as long as these guys are fighting, then yes, it is worth it. But after these guys are done with their careers, I question, Khabib and his, at least him being a cornerman. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.